Yeah, guys, I just don't know why I lost the correction there. So please, you got message, okay, all the other guys to join soon. I mean, we cannot miss this session. Sorry for this misconnection here. This is very bad. Yeah. Sorry for the misconnection. I think lost all the connections and what's the problem? I don't know. Okay, guys. So guys, you are understanding right today what I am teaching, or should I make it more easy for you, or something? I mean, you're able to understand, right? I mean, I'm audible right now.
Yes, sir.
Guys, audible, na? Okay. So there, so what I was explaining is very simple. So it's so FL is nothing but the volume. So I was saying that if you have this temperature T, you are cooling from this composition, maybe WO composition you have started, initial composition, okay, of the alloy. Say that this is WO is the initial composition of the alloy. You have started cooling and you have crossed this liquidus and you are at point O. This means on the temperature axis you are at temperature T, maybe. Okay, so there you have two phases, liquid plus solid. Now the question is, what is the composition? First question is, what is the composition of the liquid and what is the composition of the alpha or the solid solution? So there, this means that your liquid composition is WL, weight percent of B. Okay, although your overall composition is WO, note this thing very carefully. Your overall composition is WO, weight percent of B, but your liquid composition is WL, weight percent of B, because you are at this point. So this will be your the composition of liquid. Similarly, the composition of solid or the composition of the alpha is nothing but the weight, the WS. The WS is nothing but weight percent of B. So from here you can say one thing, that is the weight percent or the composition of the alpha is much rich, or I mean is richer, alpha is richer in B as compared to the liquid, which means liquid is A rich, okay, and this alpha is B rich, okay. So similarly, when you go down, okay, now guys, let me ask you this thing. If you now go down below this point, maybe you look at my mouse pointer and you tell me that you come to this point, okay, go below the point O. So what do you think will change? What do you think should change? Your overall composition is the same, but you are just cooling down, okay, you are further cooled down, but you have not crossed this line. We're just maybe somewhere here, my mouse pointer. Then tell me where your then in that case with your solid solution, I mean alpha, should it be richer in B or should it be poorer? Someone is commenting, I don't remember. Guys, so again here, right? Oh, okay, you're putting an attendance. Okay, guys, you can yeah, sure. Guys, you please. So you got my question, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is that? So I'm saying you just cool below the point O. Okay, see this point O. This is a weight percent, initial weight percent of the alloy. Okay, I mean the weight percent of B in your overall. This is the overall composition of your alloy.
So liquid is more. Liquid is more.
So liquid is more, fine. Now in that case, no. But then you cool down here. You cool down. You cool a bit here. So what you should be having? Liquid is more or solid is more?
Solid is more in that case.
Solid is more. Okay, one. The other thing, what change do you further observe in terms of composition? Composition of solid and liquid. Tell me.
If we go down, then the liquid solution will that'll decrease, and solid will also decrease. Like both will.
No, solid will not decrease. Again, let me explain you by drawing a line. Okay, I'll draw a line.
If you draw a tie line, then it will solid before the point above, right?
So wait. I will tell you. So you come to this temperature, okay? Below temperature. Look at my cursor. Look at the line. Okay, this line. Okay, look at this line. So here, what you are able to see? What are you able to see here? So if you extend this line, so this tie line. If you draw, this is T prime, which is below the temperature T. This is overall composition may be the same. Overall composition is the same, but your temperature is below maybe T. Then your what is more? Here your solid is more, but liquid is less, right? Because this is the liquid. So liquid is only this much. Liquid is only this line. Liquid is only this this part. And solid, the solid solution. If you look at the solid is between what? Solid is between this and this. So similarly, Okay, now initially to explain the concept of this lever rule, I was saying that when you are at temperature T, what is the volume fraction of liquid? The volume fraction of liquid is SO, that is OS divided by SL. Okay, this is WS, so this is WS minus WO divided by WS minus WN, right? So in the case of F, so what will be Fs? You can directly find out Fs from geometry. OL by SL. That is WO minus WL divided by WS minus WO minus WL divided by WS minus WL. Or you can also find this out if you put 1 minus FL is equal to Fs. Okay. So similarly, I am saying that if you are going to temperature T prime, which is below T, okay, this is a cooler temperature, it's lower temperature. You are saying one thing, correct? Whatever you have said is correct. That is, the volume fraction of the solid will increase, right? Because this part, see, look at carefully. This part is increasing. So this part, not this complete part. The numerator is increasing. Numerator is increasing, but you are the other. What difference will you observe? What other difference will you observe? I just am asking you. You got my point, right? Anyone? Speak up.
Yes, sir.
So what difference? Say again, I will make this easier for you. Maybe I will. I will join. I will draw one more line and explain you. So suppose you draw this line. Okay, you extend it here. You draw this line, and the other line I will tell you. You draw here. Okay. Now tell me. Chalo. I have made it easy for you. Now you tell me that what difference in the composition of the solid and what difference in the composition of the liquid will you observe? Now tell me. You are able to understand or not?
So both will decrease, right?
Both will decrease. Both will decrease. What will both decrease? That's what I'm saying. Decrease means what? I mean, just elaborate a bit.
So if we reduce the temperature, then both the solid and the liquid composition will decrease as compared to their initial concentration. The percentage weight, I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, not initial. It is with respect to point O. Whatever you had at
point. Sir, with respect to point O. Yes.
So that's what you say. It's not initial. Initial is WO. This is your overall composition. It is, see, this is, you can see, I can agree to one point that, okay, liquid composition is becoming less. Okay, it is already lesser. No, with respect to WO, it is already lesser. But with respect to the solid, solid is not becoming lesser than this. It's not possible. Okay, solid composition can never be less than the overall composition. See, I will tell you. So then it will be a joke, right? And it will be a joke. Why? I will tell you. So for example, you cross this temperature, you cross this solidus temperature, and now you tell me that, okay, fine, this is your solid. So for example, you have only a one phase solid where you have O is the overall composition of the solid. Fine. Okay, I'm ready to understand that. But now you are telling me that you have a solid, but your phase diagram is showing that your solid composition is lower than the overall composition. Then it is people will laugh, right? I mean, then it will be, it will be like quite funny, right? It's not possible. So, see, I will tell you. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So, for example, if you are, so now let me answer you this question. The thing is, if I am now extending this line here, see, extend this line here. Why did I tell this? Why did I say that people will tell this as a joke? Because if you draw the line here, this means you are at the what? Where you are? Tell me. Where are you? There. Where you are then? Guys, speak up, man. No, this is easy. where you are? If you are, I'm extending. I'm putting this line at the solidus. I'm putting this line at the solidus. Then tell me what is the composition of the solid and what is the composition of the liquid. Tell me. Able to get my point, right? Yes or no?
Sir, it is changing, like it is decreasing such that the overall composition remains same, like it is changing.
Overall composition same. So what is the composition of the solid now? You see, what is the composition of the solid? WO, na? See, overall composition of the solid now is what? WO, because you are drawing a line at solidus. I mean, you are considering a temperature, the solidus temperature, isn't it? see, below this, see, okay, so below this there is no liquid. Below this, no, there is no liquid. So below this, whatever composition you have here, that WO, so that's what I'm saying. This will never decrease below this, because you cannot see this is only a single phase region. This is not a two phase region. This is only a single phase region. So if you are cooling below this temperature, you will only have I mean the minimum I mean this the you know the composition of the final composition that you have at the solidus, that will be maintained throughout your solids. I mean the single phase solid solution region. Okay, are you able to understand this? Even if there is a piece of doubt, you tell me. I will sort this out. Able to understand this? You can tell me now. Yes, no.
Yes, sir. Understanding.
Understanding. What did you understand? So now let me ask you. I mean, I just have some doubt whether you understood completely or not. See, I am saying that I am drawing a line here. So if I am drawing a line here, what is the thing that I am doing? If I am drawing a line here means what did I say? If I draw a line here, okay, and this is lying at the solidus.
Keeping the percentage weight of these things, you are reducing the temperature.
Reducing the temperature. Okay, what am I doing then? Ultimately, what am I doing? I mean, what in terms of composition?
Okay, on the there'll be almost complete conversion to solid, and almost no liquid, just very
almost no liquid. Of course, there is no liquid. The thing is, I'm thinking in terms of composition. What am I saying? That whatever composition you find out using the lever, whatever composition you will have at this point, okay, at this solidus point, you will maintain the same composition of the solid solution throughout till the below all the temperatures below. Why? Because you have only a single phase solid solution below, right? I mean, there is no liquid at this region. There is only alpha. There is only a single phase solid solution alpha here. So that's what I am saying. Okay. If you give it a thinking, you give it a thought, because I will also have to proceed with the other one. But okay, fine. So the main crux of this particular slide is nothing but I have to put it as slideshow mode, otherwise it's not correct. Okay. Yeah. So the main crux is that if you are at point O, and that is temperature, which means that you are at temperature T, and you are talking of the overall weight percent, overall composition of the material is WO weight percent of P. Then the volume fraction of the liquid is SO, means wherever there is liquid, you do the ulta, you do the reverse thing. SO divided by SL. Okay, so this WS minus WO divided by WS minus WM. Weight percent of solid, weight percent overall, weight percent of the liquid. Okay, to do it. So similarly, if you are doing 1 minus FL, you can find out FS, or you can also find it out from the geometry here, because this is the solid, so the reverse ulta thing will be OL. OL divided by SL. So this is WO minus WL divided by WS minus WL. Okay. You get this, right? This part is clear, right? At least.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Okay. Now, see. Now you have been taught about one kind of phase diagram, isomorphous diagram. Now this is another kind of phase diagram. I will I'm not going to lecture you completely on this, but I will tell you one thing. But anyways, I want to know one thing from you. That sir has not taught you anything about this kind of diagram.
No, sir, we haven't learned this diagram.
Okay, or sir, has sir told you what is a eutectic?
No, sir, we haven't.
Okay. Sure. So I will tell you. So this kind of a phase diagram, you just make a note of this. See, this kind of a phase diagram you can have.
Sir, to mention the terms like eutectic and peritectic mixture. I mean, we haven't studied this diagram.
No problem. So you know the definition of eutectic?
I think it's about that partially soluble case.
So it's completely soluble in liquid state, but partially solid.
Partially not soluble in.
Of course. If it is not soluble, then you will not have this kind of diagram. You will have some other. I will tell you later. But then, if it is partially soluble in solid state, you have this kind of diagram. Okay. See, complete solubility in liquid state is there. See, you have that's why you have liquid plus alpha, liquid plus beta. See, I am here. They have written as A and B. It should not be A and B. It should be alpha beta. But okay. And if this is A B, then this should be alpha. This should be beta. Okay. So I mean, I think they are considering here A as alpha and B as beta. So that's why they have written this thing. Otherwise, there is no doubt. Okay. Please don't fall into this doubt. So that's what I'm saying. It is completely soluble in liquid state. Okay, that's why you have this, but it is partially soluble in the solid state. If they are not soluble in the solid state, then you will not have this kind of a region. You will not have this kind of an alpha rich terminal solid solution and beta rich terminal solid solution. You will only have a straight line drawn here, and you will have a straight line drawn here, and it will be like this. It will not be alpha and beta. It will be liquid plus A, liquid plus B, and then this region total A pura separate रहेगा. So this will be A plus B. If it is partially soluble in the solid state, then there should be L, and this is liquid plus alpha. This is alpha plus beta, liquid plus beta, and this is beta. Okay, so this is the thing. So I will tell you one simple thing. So I will give you one example. I'm sorry, I'm just going back to the previous slide. Okay, so for example, you have this kind of system, lead tin. Guys, do you know what is the application of this system? Lead tin, industrial application. Where do you use it? Where do you use this kind of a system? Lead tin. Which kind of system will you use? I mean not system. I mean which kind of applications? Industrial application. It's a very common thing, man. Come on. This is
some batteries.
Not batteries. It is lead. Lead is used, but tin. Can you use tin in a battery?
So I think it's used in soldering.
Soldering. Exactly the term. So lead tin soldering. Exactly. So yeah. So remember this, and the composition that they're mentioning here: 40 weight percent lead, 40 weight not lead tin, and 60 weight percent lead. So this alloy mainly, this is a very common composition. This is one of the most common compositions they use in soldering. Okay, so I'm not going into the details of why it is used in soldering. I'm just telling you this is a very common system. Now, this is asked in many of the interviews later. People ask you a lot of things. Okay, fine. So now, see, the main question is not. I am not going to explain. I have just explained a bit about this phase diagram, but I am just saying that you can apply. So that's why I asked you. This lever rule you can apply in any two-phase region. It can be two solid solutions. It can be two one might be liquid, one might be alpha. I mean, one might be a solid solution. So why did I say this? I am saying this why, because now say you consider this composition C0 composition, and suppose you are in the liquid state initially here. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah, you are in this liquid state here. Okay, now you cool it very slowly, and you cross. What is this line then? What is this line? Already you know this. It's not wrong. I mean, you already know above which everything is liquid. What is this line?
Liquidus.
What is this line?
Solidus.
What is this line then? I think this line you might not know, but I will tell you. What is this line? Any idea? Just solvers. We call it solvers. You know why? Because the solvers is the line which separates two solid solutions. I mean, or it might separate a liquid from a solid solution. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not a solver, sir. I'm sorry. That's what I'm completely sorry. This is not a solid. This is a solid. This is a solidus only. Yeah. See, this is a solidus. See, because below this, any temperature to the left of this, I mean, any temperature below this is a complete solid. So this is a solidus. Pardon me. This line is a solvus. Why? This line separates alpha from alpha plus beta. See, which separates a single phase from two other phases. So it's a solvus line because it separates two solid solutions. Okay, it doesn't separate a liquid from any solid solution. That's wrong. That's a wrong definition. So okay, I'm sorry for my mistake. So this, so the solvus line that you are drawing here, okay, it separates two solid solutions, or one solid solution from a mixture of two solid solutions. That is, yeah. Okay, keep a note. Make a note of this. This is called solvus. SOLVUS, solvus line. Okay, so this solvus line. Okay, so this solvus line. Now the question is, and now let me explain again. So now you are at maybe 40%, 48% tin, and you are cooling. You are initially having a liquid state, and then you are cooling very slowly, and then you have reached this point. Okay, you have reached this point, maybe 150 degrees centigrade. Okay. So now, can you tell me what is now if you have beta as a terminal solid solution on the right and the alpha as a terminal solid solution on the left? Why am I calling it terminal? Because they are present at the two ends of a phase diagram. That's the reason why I am calling it terminal solid solution. Okay, it's called terminal. Terminal means end, I mean, any station terminal. That is the end. There's a terminal station. So similarly, two ends of the phase diagram, in a binary phase diagram, if you have two terminal solid solutions, this means that these solid solutions are present at the two ends of a binary phase diagram. So this alpha, this is beta. So beta is B rich, alpha is what? A rich. I mean, if this is A, this is B. I mean, if it is, so in this case, this is tin. I mean, this is lead, PB, this is lead. Tin is, I mean, you increase the weight percent of tin along this axis. So beta solid solution is tin rich solid solution, and alpha solid solution is what? Lead rich. This is PB, isn't it? This is PB now. This is, I mean, if it is a PB system, then this means this is PB. PB, this is a lead rich solid solution. This is the tin rich solid solution. Okay. So now you are at this temperature. Now tell me, what is the, how do you, will you use the lever rule to find out the volume fraction of beta and the volume fraction of alpha? What will be the thing? You look at the thing here. R and S are already given for your reference. Now tell me. It's already given, written on the board. What is that? Anyone? Anyone? What's the value? How do you think? See, so alpha is what? Alpha, this is alpha. The opposite side should be the way the volume fraction. I told you the reverse thing. So if this is alpha in this side, so if you draw a tie line here, so this volume fraction of alpha, how do you find out? The volume fraction of alpha is S divided by R plus S, which means if you draw, you extend this to the composition axis, then this should be CB minus CO divided by CB minus CA, isn't it? So this is the case. So this is 99 minus 40 divided by 99 minus 11. I think they have already, found out mathematically. I mean, this is already, you can find it. I will give you something to do like this only. So 59 by 88 is what? 67%. I mean, you multiply by 100, this is 67%. So at this temperature, 150 degree, what is the composition of alpha? Is 67%. You have 67% of alpha here. And what is the composition of beta? Composition of beta is, this is beta. So R divided by R plus S. So this is C0 minus CA divided by CB minus CA. So this will be how much? If you can also 100 minus this will also give you the same value because it is two-phase region. Na? So the summation should be 100. I already told you in XRD class.
So the blue and orange regions are like the pure solid region.
Pure solid. Pure. And no, not pure SN, not pure tin. See, again I will tell you. See this. If you look at this temperature axis, see, you go along this temperature. Don't think even a bit to the right. Just think that if you are, for the case of this axis, if you are just following this axis, then that is the pure tin. Pure lead. This is a pure lead. Okay, because this along this your tin is increasing. To the right hand side, your tin is increasing. So this is a pure lead. If you are going along the y-axis, this is your pure lead. And similarly, if you are going along this line. I mean, you just have to extrapolate this temperature here to draw all these lines and find. So you just follow the y-axis only on the right-hand side. This is for the pure what? Tin, SN. But you consider this line, blue line. Blue region. This blue region and this orange region. So the blue region is nothing but what? Alpha rich solution. I mean, this lead rich solid solution. Alpha solid solution means this is what? This means it is. Here the solvent is PB, solvent is lead. See, solvent is lead. That's why I'm saying lead rich solid solution. Solvent is lead, or matrix is also called matrix.
So alpha and beta region is the one where we get pure because see we already have liquid plus alpha region and we have liquid plus beta region.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then what is that blue A region and orange B region?
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Listen. So this blue region is nothing but the alpha solid solution. Alpha solid solution. What is alpha solid solution? Here in this case, just look at it in this example. Alpha solid solution is lead rich. Again, listen. It is not lead. It is lead rich solid solution. Lead rich का मतलब क्या है? What does that mean? It means lead is the solvent or lead is the matrix and tin is the solute. Okay. And if you have in the case of orange line, see orange region. See, you look at this orange region. No, I'm not talking of the axis. Axis is pure tin. You talk of this pure orange region. So what is that? Okay, now tell me, what does that orange region mean? I told you.
So that will be because most of the alpha part will be in the liquid, like alpha component will be in the liquid region.
So what will that mean?
Beta solid will be like majority
will be tin. Majority will be tin.
Tin, yes.
Majority will be tin. minus C, and the solute will be what? Lead, FeD.
Lead.
Right. So remember this thing. So always remember that when you have a terminal solid solution, the two end solid solutions are called what? Can I tell you? This is called terminal solid solutions. So alpha is a lead rich terminal solid solution, and beta, I mean there's a blue region. The orange region that you are seeing here is a tin rich terminal solid solution. Write this down. Okay. So tin rich terminal solid solution, and blue is nothing but the alpha. That is what? Lead rich terminal solid solution. Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay, so I think you are able to understand this. So this means if WA is RS, so what will WA then? See, this is the temperature. Now I'm just coming back. I am just explaining all the basics to you. So this is the this is the lever rule. If you talk in terms of this composition, so you initially started with CO composition and you have cooled it to 150 degree like this. Same funda you apply like the previous phase diagram. You apply the same funda here, same fundamentals here. So what basics, what is the thing that you are able to find is we have to find out the volume fraction of the alpha and the volume fraction of beta. So volume fraction of alpha is S divided by R plus S. See, so there is CB minus CO, because this is alpha, na? So opposite, ulta thing. So this is CB minus CO divided by CB minus CA. Okay, so you're getting this value. You put 1 minus WA, you will get this, but for your understanding, just exactly what does that physically mean is that if you have beta here, the reverse side, the reverse side will be your beta volume fraction. So it will be R divided by R plus S, isn't it? So this will be C0 minus CA divided by CB minus CA. So you're getting 33%. That's it. Is this part clear? Is this part clear to all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are confident? There's no doubt?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
It's clear. Sure. This one is very good then. Okay, now maybe classwork, it might take some time. Okay, maybe I will reduce some part. Okay, I think you can find this out. This is not a big thing. Okay, find out. So this is the phase diagram. This is today's question. This is the phase diagram. You have to find out what is the one. This is the composition. This overall composition is C0. This is CL. CL is the what? CL is the composition of the liquid at this temperature, and composition, this is alpha liquid plus alpha region. So composition of the alpha at this temperature 220 degree is what? Ca, isn't it? So this means all the values are already given, 46, 40, 17, every value is given. You just have to find out this 220 degree also is given. So what you have to find out, what is the phase fraction of liquid and alpha at 220 degree for this composition, overall composition, C0. Okay, C0, this is one thing. This is one first question. Second question is, find out the phase fraction of the pro-eutectic alpha and eutectic alpha plus beta at 183 degree for C0. Okay, guys, have you heard of this pro-eutectic? Pro-eutectic.
No.
What understand? Okay, pro-eutectic means, okay, for example, in this region, again, let me draw a line and explain this to you. This might be a bit tricky. Maybe I think you can, second question you can try it at home, because today we don't have that much time, but I will tell you what is the case. See, this is the, look at, can you see my line? The line which I have drawn on the computer screen. You're able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the eutectic point. See, this is a eutectic diagram, na? So eutectic phase diagram this is. So this is the eutectic point. This is the eutectic point. And so this means that this percent, and this is, I think this much or around something, near about 68% tin, this is the eutectic composition. Okay, around maybe 62% of tin, with this means 38% of lead is the what? Eutectic composition. So if you look only this side, only this part of the phase diagram, when you are cooling, see, just think logically. The thing is, when you are cooling here, maybe again let me draw another line so that I can explain you this thing better. Look at this line. So maybe around 40% only. Let me draw now. This is the overall composition that I've drawn, so you can understand it better. Okay. Now look at the other line. This line. Okay. So initially, when you are cooling from this liquid and you're crossing the liquidus and you are reaching around 220, what is initially forming? What is forming at first? From the liquid, what is forming? Tell me.
Alpha solid.
Alpha. Now, when you are cooling below this solidus line, what is forming? What is forming? Think.
Beta solid.
So okay. This is so. What do you think should be pro-eutectic or pre-eutectic? What should be the pre-eutectic then in this case? Pre or pro-eutectic? What should it be? Alpha or beta? Pre, na? Pre means क्या? पहले, first, before. What is forming first?
Alpha.
Alpha. That's it. So alpha. So this is called. So this region. So remember one thing. So all the see, I'm teaching all the a bit of metallurgical terms. So this part, okay, this part of the phase diagram, this composition, if you are given, always remember that we call it hypoeutectic composition. HYPO. Hypo means it is quite less. Na? Hyper. You can use this term. Hypo. So hypo means you are you are at a composition which is lesser than your eutectic composition. Okay, this is a hypoeutectic region, which means in the hypoeutectic region, when you are having this kind of a phase diagram, alpha beta, this means in if you are having alpha on the left hand side and beta on the right hand side, in the hypoeutectic region, you will always have proeutectic or preeutectic phase as your alpha, isn't it? So this is this region. So then just imagine what this region will be called. This will be called hyper. Na? If this is hypo, then this will be hyper. Na? It is more than your eutectic. It's hyper. It's too high. I mean, too high composition. I mean, in metallurgy it is too high. In human beings, it is too much of an angle. We call it hyper. So in metallurgy, it is too much of a huge composition. It's too much of composition rich something. No, we call it hyper. Just remember one thing. So this part, if you talk of now, just tell me here. I'm shifting this line here. Maybe let me shift this line at around 80. And I'm just let me consider 88%. This is the overall composition. Let me consider this as the overall composition. Now you tell me what is forming first. What is forming first? What is forming first?
Beta.
Then from beta, what is forming?
Alpha.
Alpha. So what is proeutectic phase?
Alpha.
Alpha. Is it alpha here? This case.
Beta. So beta. Pro is before or after?
Pro is before, right?
Before. Okay.
That's what metallurgy sometimes confuse you. It is pre or pro. People, if you are using pre, sometimes people are also calling pre. Pre, if people are using, then people can understand it better. If you are calling it pro, then people can sometimes get confused. But then this is the standard terminology that you should use. Pro, the pre ki jagah pe you can also sometimes use pro. I mean, that is not a problem. You can do that. Okay. So just remember this thing. Okay. So now what you just try this at home. Okay. Maybe this you can try and draw the. Okay. And the other thing is, I don't know. I think has sir taught you to draw the microstructure at the different parts of the different parts of.
No, sir.
Okay, maybe I can show you some example later. Okay, you do one thing. You try the second and third question in the home, in your house. First question, I think first question you can find out. First question you can today address. And let me ask. I told you this answer. What do you mean by hypoeutectic, eutectic, and hypereutectic composition in the phase diagram? So hypo ka matlab kya? You have a composition to the left of your, which means in magnitude it is lesser than the composition of the eutectic. Or to the left of the eutectic, you have the hypoeutectic composition. Okay, and we have to show whether what is. I mean, just to explain one line. Okay, what is hypoeutectic, what is eutectic, and what is hypoeutectic. Hypoeutectic is the composition to the right hand side of your eutectic point in a eutectic phase diagram. It's called what? Hypoeutectic. And eutectic. So how will you define a eutectic now? Oh, I think eutectic sir has not taught you. But look at this phase diagram and tell me. I told you, this part is the eutectic, this line is the eutectic. So how will you define eutectic then? Think of it. Only one question you have to attend after this, and then I can give you the homework and this two parts. These two parts you can try later at home. What is eutectic then? See, I will tell you. So it's a transformation from where it's an invariant transformation, which means the degrees of freedom is 0. Okay, this part might be too high for you. It's a transformation where a liquid while cooling undergoes transformation to two solid solutions, alpha plus beta. Okay, a liquid on cooling undergoes transformation to two solid solutions, alpha plus beta. That's this kind of transformation. It's called an invariant transformation in binary system. If it is binary only, then only a eutectic transformation is invariant. So this kind of a transformation is termed as the eutectic transformation. Okay, the parent phase is the liquid, product phase is the two solid solutions. Okay, liquid transforms to alpha plus beta below a certain temperature, which is also termed as the eutectic temperature. So can you tell me, guys? So this line is the what is the eutectic line, because the temperature, because below OC, only below this temperature you are able to find that the liquid transforms to two solid solutions, alpha plus beta. So this temperature sorry, this temperature, this violet line, see this violet line here, horizontal violet line, this represents what? Your eutectic line, or the temperature, the corresponding temperature is the eutectic temperature, because only below this temperature the liquid completely transforms. I mean, once it doesn't transform step by step. See, why it doesn't transform step by step? Because you look at this hypoeutectic region, your liquid is first transforming to alpha. You have already some liquid in that. Then you are cooling it below this eutectic line. Then you are saying that the remaining liquid, okay, whatever liquid you have here, the remaining liquid gets transformed. Cooling below this temperature, the remaining liquid gets transformed to beta, isn't it? Don't you think? But similarly, in the case of hypereutectic, when you are having a liquid and you are cooling, initially you are forming beta, and then when you are cooling below this line, this eutectic line, or the remaining liquid is transforming to alpha. But here you see the difference. Note the difference here. The liquid directly transforms to alpha plus beta. There is no sequential transformation. There is no sequential transformation to alpha or beta. Directly you are able to cool below a certain temperature from the liquid phase to two solid solution phases. So that is called the eutectic transformation. Okay. So that is called the eutectic transformation. So keep this in mind. Note this. So okay, just okay, I think only 5 minutes remaining. Just address this question. It's the first question you have to address. Okay? Address this question. I think this is easy. Give a try. Maybe I'm giving you 5 minutes.
And then so L is 0.79 and A is 0.21.
Okay, can you tell me the steps? How do you do it? Steps.
Sir, okay, Cl minus C naught upon Cl minus Ca that is the alpha portion, the portion of alpha, phase fraction of alpha, and R upon R plus S is for liquid.
Okay, and okay, then I think if you have time, then you will also try the second question out. The third question, maybe I will give you some examples. I mean, I will send you some examples at home, then you can see and draw. Okay, but okay, second question, I will help you out. Find out the phase reaction of proeutectic alpha and eutectic alpha plus beta at 183 degree. Okay, chalo. So I will tell you the concept. Okay, maybe I will not tell you the exact answer.
So, can I try once?
Please, alright, sure, please go ahead. I'll be happy. Tell me. Tell me the steps.
Sir, we need to know for eutectic alpha plus beta, we need to know the points, the endpoints A and we have that point where it's sharping, the curve is very sharp for alpha, and for beta we need to know that point where it touches that orange part. So
yes,
yeah, so it is approximately kind of 50-50 only. It looks like in the middle.
It's a very simple. So you don't have to make it this much complex. See, just look at this line, violet line. Think what I told you. This is the eutectic temperature, na?
Yes, sir. I understood that, but we need to know the point where it is L plus B and B. So that point we need to know, right? What is the...
So I will give you one thing. So maybe I'm putting this as 61%. Okay. So maybe this is, or maybe 62%. Okay. This is 62. It's not exactly 60. It's 62%. Okay. So now you tell me that you are having this composition C0. See, you are not changing this composition. C0 is C0. Don't worry about this composition. This is fixed. This remaining things will change. Maybe this CL will change. See, this composition is same, 40%. 40% is your initial starting composition. Now the question is, I am telling you to find out what is the fraction of proeutectic alpha and eutectic alpha plus beta. Means I am telling you indirectly to find out what is the volume fraction of alpha and what is the volume fraction of alpha plus beta. So for that I will tell you how. So you have given a good attempt, very good try. I will tell you. See, so suppose this is your composition. So I am saying that this is the alpha plus beta. I am not interested to find out alpha beta separately. I am not at all interested. What I am interested to do is, I want to find out what is the volume fraction of alpha plus beta and what is the volume fraction of this proeutectic alpha. So what I should do is that, so for the alpha, what will be the case? So look at my mouse pointer, 61% minus 40. So if this is alpha, 61% minus 40% divided by 61% minus maybe 20% or something, na? Yeah, it's a 17 to
17. Yeah.
not exactly 17. See to the right. Thoda sa ye. So I think 18 or 19 ke aspas. So it's around. So it's like this. So it will be like 61% or 61 or something. 61% minus this thing. 40 divided by 61 minus say 18%. That will be the weight percent of. So the weight percent of into 100. That is the weight percent
19,
of.
I guess. It seems like.
So yeah. So it's kind of like that. And the remaining thing, the 81% is what? Alpha plus beta.
So 61 or 2 minus the 40 upon 61 minus 19. That is the protected alpha part, and then the remaining part is alpha plus beta eutectic part.
Yes. Because see, now look at the temperature.
Yes,
temperature is one.
Got it.
Temperature. This is the temperature, huh? So this is the eutectic. So this is a very common question. See, you might think that it's very difficult, but it's nothing. See, it is just that you have to think of this line, this horizontal line. You have to think of. Okay,
Yes,
this is the eutectic line. So, and I think it's more simple than finding this. See, here you have to draw a number of lines. Okay, to find this out. But now you see, if you already have the eutectic composition given, you have a horizontal line, and you have this line as the eutectic line. This is a eutectic phase diagram. This is a eutectic diagram, and you have already the eutectic line. Then it's very easy to find out, because this alpha is the first one that is forming. It's called pro-eutectic, and this alpha plus beta is the eutectic alpha plus beta. And what is the temperature? 183 in this system. I mean, if you just extend it, I don't know why they have not given this labeling. This labeling is 183. So this temperature is 183 degree in PBSN system. It is the eutectic temperature. Okay, remember this. And schematic, I will maybe show you. So by the way, anyway, I think you can also do it, but I will tell you. So
can we use Origin for the Origin Pro for getting the value exactly?
No,
or
maybe you cannot get Origin Pro, because see, here it is just a figure file. Figure file, how will you find out the number? I think do one thing. You can use another thing. Do one thing. You can use one more software. It's called Digitizer. 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 There you have to set the scale. Like I will show you that. I don't have the thing now. Maybe I will tell you. You have to click 3 times. You have to click. This is 0. X-axis you have to set the scale 0. This once you click here 0. This is you click here 100, and you click. Just you save this and open it there in that software. Okay. Then you click here. You set it as 0, and here you click. You set as 100. X-axis scale you have to set. Y-axis scale also you have to set 0 here. Maybe this temperature, but this temperature you don't know.
Sir, else we'll just assume it 18 or 19 and 61 or 62, something like that.
Something, yeah, you can do that. See, I am just.
We just assume it roughly, because that would be like more easier, convenient for us.
The exact value. What I'm interested to know is that how much you have been able to
understand. Yes.
The main part. So that's what I think. Now I think it is clear to some of you. Some people have doubt, then you can definitely ask me in the now, or you can also ask me in the Google Classroom. What I'm saying is this part. Okay. And so the third question I will tell you. I will give you the hint. Hint is see. So have you seen a eutectic? Any sir has not shown you? The 3 months class I was taking, sir might have shown you this eutectic. Any microstructure you have seen?
No, sir. Sir, actually, we haven't done this part only. Like.
No. Okay. So what I can tell you is maybe for the time being. Okay, maybe for the time being, I can. Okay, I will send you some of the examples, because there is no time remaining for me to explain this part microstructure. I think you can do one thing. I can send you some of the examples. Okay, how eutectic looks like, and how a hypereutectic looks like, and how a hypoeutectic looks like. And then what I will tell you is to label which phase is what. Which is alpha plus beta and which is alpha. In the case of hypo, in the case of hyper, so it is only alpha plus beta. There is no proeutectic alpha, no proeutectic beta. In the case of hyper, you have beta, because that is proeutectic beta, and you have alpha plus beta. This alpha plus beta is the eutectic there. Nah? Got it right? That is. But I will show you. I will maybe give you some examples here. But for the time being, you don't consider this until and unless I show you some examples. I don't consider solving this question, third question, because you would not be taught this. I thought last batch they were taught. By this time they knew this third question answer. So I don't know. That's what I thought. Maybe I can take this up. Okay. Okay. But next class definitely I will answer you this thing, because you have a doubt here. Okay, now the homework is, this might be a bit time consuming. What is the homework? Say homework is simple. Oh, I've given 2 homeworks over. Second homework, maybe you what you do. But the first homework you don't need to solve. Okay, for first homework you can skip because you don't have not been taught all these things. Okay, first homework you have not been taught. Maybe I will give this first homework for maybe some other week. Okay, 1 or 2 weeks later maybe I can give. Just consider solving the second homework. Don't consider solving this first one. Second homework is easy. See, this is a simple one. This is a bit this kind of a phase diagram, we call it eutectic phase diagram. But okay, I'm not going into this much complexity. This is two eutectics. This is one eutectic, this is other eutectic. This is called lead. I mean, there's a magnesium lead phase diagram. Okay, so this is a very common system. Again, I'm not going to that. The question is, you don't have to worry about all these things. What you want to worry? Find out the possible phase fractions of all 4 possible phase combinations at different temperatures: 100, 300, 500, 700. The following bulk combinations, and draw the schematic of. Okay, draw the schematic of temperature. You can skip. You just have to find out what is the volume fraction. Okay, so your C0 overall composition, you start with 28% of lead. Okay, so initial. So then you start with 50. Then third case you start with 67. So 67 here is what? Eutectic point. See, 67. 67 is the eutectic point. Okay, so there are 2 eutectic points. This is the first eutectic point. Here comes at around 67% lead. Then you come to this part. You come to the hyper-eutectic part, that is 75% lead, then 90, then 98. So here, if you are trying to do this, so for the different temperatures, 100, 300, 500, 700. So 700, so everything you know. 700, everything 100% liquid. 700, nothing. There are no 2 phases. There is only 100% liquid. Okay. So only thing is, when you are cooling below this around I think around 490 degree or something. It's not exactly 500. I think 490. Yeah, 490 or something. Then you are able to get all the 2 phases, alpha plus Mg2Pb. Okay, so these are the 2 phases. So you have to find out what is the volume fraction of this Mg2Pb. Okay, and alpha in the first case. Okay, I mean at around 300 degree, 100 degree, 500 degree. I think you will only have liquid plus Mg2Pb. Okay, this you have to draw. Okay, this you have to draw and draw lines and find out. So just take the approximate values and find out these things. I think this is quite understandable. And what is the question? Take the highlighted composition with 20 weight% lead. Okay, 20 weight% lead. Okay, this one, and in the phase diagram and heat till 500 degree and quench. Okay, have you been taught about what is quenching?
No, sir. So we haven't been taught about it.
Okay, do one thing. So second question you skip. Okay, second question you skip in the and only consider homework 2, no homework 1. Homework 2, second question you skip. And the first question you draw, don't have to draw the microstructure schematic. You just what you have to draw is you just have to find out the volume fraction of the solid and the whatever, the solid liquid, whatever, whichever are the phases that you are able to find in this phase diagram. So these are the overall compositions. See, I've also marked the eutectic point. This eutectic point is 67% lead. So based on this, you have to find out what is the volume fraction of the constituent phases at these points. Okay, is this question clear?
Sir, so at 100 degree, like all possible, as in like
all possible. Okay, all possible means I will tell you. So at 100 degree, maybe see. Okay, I will also tell you one more thing. I think I made the question a bit complicated for you. See, just do one thing. The right hand side, like from 80 degree to 100 degree, whatever are the phases. I mean, there is what beta plus Mg2Pb. Then is it? So there you have to find out beta separately and Mg2Pb separately. Okay, there you have to draw one more line and all these things. Okay, there you do it separately. Don't consider the first one. Don't consider from 0 to 80 degree. That don't consider there. You consider from 80 to 100 only. Okay, the 80 will be the starting, 100 will be the end. That is the second case. So there you have to find out what is the volume fraction of beta, what is the volume fraction of Mg2Pb, 100 degree. Okay, and then in the you go to the left part of the phase diagram from 0 to 80%. Okay, so there what you find is you are
sir, just one thing that if the C0 value is not there in the 80 to 100 range, like see, like for the first 4 cases, it's less than 80, and
Yeah.
since you mentioned about taking only from 80 to 100, then we won't be able to solve the first 4 cases in that case, right? Like,
Yeah, so there I will tell you. So that's what I'm saying. That's what is a bit tricky. I will tell you. See, suppose it is 28% lead. Okay, fine. You have made it. You have asked this question. Thank you. So okay, so if it's 28%, now if you draw a line here, if you draw a line here, then maybe at 100 degree you are able to find out what at 100 degree. If you are drawing completely considering all these things, everything you are considering, this means that you will be finding out only the you will be finding out the volume fraction of the of all the phases other than alpha. Because see, if you what will be the case. See, if you are drawing from here to here, don't consider here. Okay, so I think for you, I think I have made it a bit complicated. Maybe if this diagram is maybe complicated, maybe okay guys, I'll do one thing. This diagram is quite complicated for you. Maybe do one thing. What to do, man? I mean, this is I thought this one might be very easy for you, but okay, you've not been taught this. Okay, this do one thing. Consider this homework 1. Okay, consider this homework 1 and just do one thing. Okay, I'm giving you a new homework. The new homework is simple. Just forget all these homeworks. This is quite difficult for you. So this homework 1, do one thing. This is a very simple diagram. Okay, there it is a simple diagram. This is a two-phase region. This is gamma plus Fe3C. Okay, so just what I'm saying is, at this eutectic composition, you have to find out what is the volume fraction of the phases. Okay, so this is not a eutectic. This is a eutectoid. Okay, no, this is not eutectoid. Sorry, this is a eutectic only. Yeah, this is liquid plus 2 solid solutions. Yeah, so so at this eutectic composition, this is eutectoid composition. So this is eutectic composition. You have to find out what is the volume fraction of gamma and Fe3C and liquid, and similarly, maybe at around 3% of this 3%. Okay, maybe at around 3%, you have to find out what is the volume fraction of maybe consider any temperature here, 900 degree. You consider the temperature as 900 degree. At 900 degree, you find out what is the volume fraction of gamma plus Fe3C. Okay, no, not liquid. Volume fraction of gamma plus Fe3C at maybe 3% copper. At maybe 4 point, this is 4 point, I think 4.2, 4.1 or 4.2 weight percent of Fe3C. You have to find out what is the fraction of gamma and Fe3C, and similarly maybe around 5 weight percent of Fe3 of this carbon, or Fe3C actually this should be. Why they have written as carbon, I don't know. So this 5 8% of Fe3C, you just have to tell me what is the volume fraction of this thing. What is the volume fraction of at around 900 degree temperature? You keep same, don't change temperature. 900 degree. What is the volume fraction of gamma and Fe3C? So you have to find out gamma plus Fe3C volume fraction using the lever rule for 3 weight percent carbon, 4.2 weight percent carbon, and 5 weight percent carbon. Okay, at 900 degree. Okay, this is a new.
Sir, if you send the slides, we'll just make this changes and send the slide like.
Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll make the changes because last time sir had taught everything by this time, so they were able to solve it. But I think this might be very difficult for you. So I just make it simple for you. So that's what. This is an easy phase diagram. So I think I don't think here. Do you have confusion here?
For T 900 degrees Celsius, like there'll be a small white region below the blue region and above the red line. So what is that region for? Like that is.
See, that's what I'm saying. So at 900 degree, when I'm talking of, you don't have to worry about this here. So okay, but okay. So this is the composition. So this is the region. This is called alpha plus Fe3C. So when you talk of steels, I think sir has not taught you anything about steels. But okay, when you talk of steels, you have steels from 0 to 2%. Okay, so here you have alpha. This is alpha ferrite, and Fe3C is the cementite. This is called cementite. And above 2% to 6.67%, you have everything as the cast iron. So this cast iron, you have cementite, okay, and you also have this alpha. But the morphology and the arrangement of the phases is also different. I'm not going into depth into this depth. So this S red line, what you have asked me, this is a eutectoid line. This is called a eutectoid line. This is around 760 degrees. See, this is around. Sometimes people also, some books write it as 760. Sometimes people write it as 727 also. I think people's mainly I will follow 727. So this is the eutectoid line, and 1150 or 1148 degree, that this line is the eutectic line. Since I've taught you eutectoid you don't know at present. So just I'm asking you, that's why I'm making the question simple. 900 degree, you don't have to worry about this. 900 degree, what are the stable phases? Gamma and Fe3C. These are not the stable phases, right? These are only the stable phases, gamma plus Fe3C. So I'm saying at 3%, at 4.2%, and at 5%. Hypo eutectic and hyper eutectic. What is the phase fraction of gamma and this gamma and Fe3C? Okay, can you do it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It will be okay. I think that is easy for you.
So one end will be like the blue line border, and the other end will be the 6.7 line, right? Like
that right. Exactly.
So blue line border, whatever it is there at 900 degrees Celsius, that will be the one point, first endpoint, and the 6.7 will be the other endpoint.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So fine. So with this, so I will be winding up today. And if you have doubts, you can definitely go ahead and ask me. It's not a problem. I will make these changes, homework changes, okay, and then upload it in the maybe. And else you can leave. If you don't have doubt, you can leave. I mean, already I've taken extra time. So.
Sir, one thing like the drive was not shared yesterday.
Drive was not shared. This which
That-
drive you're talking of for this class work
That-
homework?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, I think I remember Arjav. I think Arjav, you asked this question to me. I think in the comments, in reply to Arjav's comments, I have shared the drive. I've shared this the link for the drive. You once again check and write to me if you don't find. Again, I will share it. But I think you can access it. The other guys.
Sir, now it is accessible. Like
So that's what you can access it now, and you
so,
upload.
so I uploaded today. So
Okay. So maybe you take 1 or 2 more days and then you upload it. Okay. Make sure you upload it. I mean, otherwise we have to evaluate you later. So, chalo. Okay. So whatever. So guys, any doubt you have, you can ask me now, or else you may also leave. That is not a problem.
And sir, regarding the assignments, like how is the evaluation pattern like for the
Evaluation pattern, I will tell you, we do not have any fixed evaluation pattern. What I'm thinking is, I think what we generally do is that maybe how many classes we are having, around 6 or 7 classes, I think.
This is the sixth one. This is the sixth one.
So then I think 1 or 2 more classes you might have. Okay. There means maybe 8 or maybe 7. I am not sure, whatever sir tells me. And then every assignment is marked out of 10. Okay. So I mean, like sometime earlier we used to mark it out of 20 every assignment, but now we have made a bit lowered it down. So we have made it around 10. Every assignment is out of 10, and then based on that, whatever is the, I think we take the best. I think that we take the best of 4 or what, I don't remember exactly. Best of 4 or best of 3, something we take. I am not sure. I have to ask sir and get this answer.
Yes.
Hope I could answer you better because I am not your professor. I'm just a TA. So I can just okay. Don't have to worry about it. Just worry about the concepts.
Yes.
This will help you throughout your life. This is phase diagram, XRD, everything you are learning. So this is the first time you are learning metallurgy. Real metallurgy has not yet started exactly. I mean, it has started a bit. You are just getting a taste. Okay, you are not getting it. Not very.
Yes.
Chalo. Okay, if you don't have doubts, you can leave.
Okay, sir. So thank you, sir. And so the classwork part, okay, that and the homework modified part,
I'll do. I think I will remove these 2 slides. The simple slides.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Chalo. Okay, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.